Hi Leo, welcome to Free Your Spirit Healing. This is going to be messages for you, for your highest good, for the month of February 2025. See what's going on for you, my love. Ooh. I feel like there's someone's bringing news, or you're cutting something out. You're going to be cutting something out and moving away from something that you hear news about. I think the news gives you a stronger reason to steer away, because the news is cutting, so it's like not there's another way of saying cutting. Stings. But anyway, it's something that gives you an angle and a reason to move away from that situation or what's going on, and to take care of yourself. And what you're moving towards is something that is going to give you a payout, some kind of payment, or something that's owed to you. So you may even hear news about something that's owed to you, some money that's been owed to you. And in receiving this money, this gives you like a new lease of life. It gives you a new faith and a new leap of faith, a new opportunity, and it feels very victorious. You feel very elated from having received this windfall, this financial windfall. So this might have been expected or unexpected, but I feel like you've had to line things up in order to be in this place of receiving. But whatever it is, it feels good and it feels new. Something's completely, you've got a new outlook or a renewal of some description. And I feel like it may even give you the opportunity to expand in some way, or possibly travel. You may be looking at going to a mountain region, somewhere where there's mountains, rocks, rocky region. Going to the Rocky Mountains, some kind of mountains. Ooh. Or some kind of journey. And it's something that you have gained strength over. You've taken something in hand and you've had to steer away from potential choppy waters, things that will upset the balance for you in order to get this to move forwards. But I feel like it is moving forwards in February. You get the payout, whatever that means to you. It could be pay that's unexpected as well. It could be some kind of donation or something philanthropic is the word that's coming through, and I'm not even sure what that means. So let me know in the comments. Tell me what that means to you. To do with the stinging message that I feel you steer away from. It's something that you will need to tame your inner feist around to handle well. and to stay calm and centered when it happens, and that will be to your advantage, because the way you handle it will bring a really favorable outcome, and that favorable outcome is some kind of financial stability or payout. And it's also allowing you to look at a really emotionally satisfying aspect of your setup, your life, or what you're moving towards, and it's bringing that closer to you because of the financial aspect. It's also required a lot of patience for you to step into the role that's required from this. And so there's a part of you that's had to embrace some kind of change in the process. And in that, I feel that you've had to you've had to gather up a lot of old thoughts and modes of operating that used to that you used to run on, and it's almost like you see them for what they are, and you're wanting to now discard them for things that are more favorable, things that support you more. I feel like you're moving more and more towards not how something looks from the outside, but how it makes you feel on the inside. So support from the inside. And you're more aware of that, rather than like wanting to please someone else by allowing their way to be the way. You're more looking at what actions you can take to create your way of doing things, if that makes sense. And I feel like by doing that, you have a very favorable outcome, and that I feel that it is connected to travel in some way. And with the travel, that will also be moving you away from old strategies that I feel you've become more conscious of, the ones that serve you and the ones that the outcome doesn't serve you. Certain aspects of the way you used to handle things that would end up in frustration or disappointment. I feel like you're aware of those things, and now you're steering away from them, or you're strategizing away from them to give yourself favorable outcomes. And I feel like it's really working. So your awareness has been heightened, and you've tamed an aspect of your consciousness. This is amazing, Leo. So keep going on that. In February, I feel like that will be something that you've really gained control over, and it's looking good for you. And the Wheel of Fortune is moving in your favor. I feel like something to do with steering away from, it may be people from your previous circle. Maybe your circle of friends is changing, and you're seeing why, because of the things that it pulled you towards were not really in alignment with who you're becoming. And I feel like you're upgrading who you want to be. You're seeing what really is effective in your own growth and your lifestyle. I feel like it's a lifestyle thing as well. So you're moving towards people who are more in alignment with your current lifestyle or what you're stepping into. So you might be changing things to do with your health, or I don't know, your routine. Maybe your routine, yes. And in traveling, you may get some expert advice from a wise person who knows the ways of the world in some way, and maybe has a broader perspective, even if it's a little bit set. And that's something that you consider. So even with getting advice, I feel like you are taking what resonates with your heart rather than taking everything in intellectually, and you're cutting out what doesn't work for you intellectually. You're spending more time considering how things affect you emotionally. Wow, Leo, that's a good place to come from. And I feel like there is someone who is your equal, who you have clear-cut conversations with in February. Someone who you may have a new beginning with, who is also equally footed in the intellectual and emotional department, and is willing to communicate with you. There's a lot of communication through a connection that you are embarking on or already in, depending on your personal circumstance. And it may be helpful to remain aware of not getting too caught up in restrictive thoughts. So do your best to think things through from the perspective of, what can this teach me, or how can I improve this situation, kind of thing, rather than like what could go wrong. Look at what could go right. So what could go right? That's great. I like that. I think I might name that the video, what could go right. Because everything has the opportunity to go both ways. So if we're approaching it with a positive mindset, then the outcome is more likely in our favor. So, and I'm also getting very hot, so I feel like you may get very fired up and excited at some point in February. I feel like there could be something good coming. Oof! And talking of fired up, this is from the something worlds. I can't remember. The world's oracle, something like that. This card is called Skyfire. Messages, channels, information. So you may feel a deep connection to the fire in you, and working with it as a transformational tool. You may have experienced a situation where something was just completely burnt away, or and that, metaphorically or physically speaking, although it can be devastating at the time to let go of old things, it also it transforms. So you're going through some kind of transformation in that way. And Skyfire, so it also speaks to your connection to your spirit and your connection to the spiritual realm, and how you communicate with the spiritual realm. So you may be called to do some kind of ritual with fire, and that could be as simple as lighting a candle and connecting with loved ones who've gone, who are already passed over, to receive messages. However that suits you. You can receive them by just listening in silence, and you may get a oral message, or you could get a vision, like if you close your eyes or you look at the fire and then close your eyes, you'll see various colors. And this card is purple, so you may see purple as a color, and that's connected to your spirituality. But that might be some kind of sign for you, like an indication if you're out and about and you are thinking of something specific and you see something very purple, it might trigger you to question what you're thinking about and connect it to something that gives you confirmation. It's also number 11, and 11 is 1 1. And so 11 might be significant for you. It's a very new beginning number, and 11 is also 1 and 1, so it can be union. So there may be some kind of union on your mind, maybe with this this character or person in your life who feels like you're equal. You may communicate with them through the sky as well, through the ether. That might be poignant when you're feeling like a clear channel, which I feel like you'll make time to do that kind of work at some point in February. You'll have time with yourself and get clear messages. Ooh, and devas or divas. You may be called to work with crystals as well, especially quartz crystal, clear quartz crystal, to clear your mind, to get clarity, and to tune in with the devas connected to the earth and the sky. That might be a really helpful tool for you as well, Leo, in your transformation. And this card is blue and purple. And blue, I feel like that's a clearing color, and it's also connected to emotions. And your emotions are a type of barometer for whether something feels correct, when your head's not in the way, when you're just connecting in a pure neutral space. And so working with crystals or working with candles and crystals can be really helpful in getting you into neutral, because it gets you focused on that thing. And crystals are good at enhancing as well, so they clear and enhance. So check that out, try that on for size, and if you got this far in the video, please like it, because that will bring other Leos to join our club. And subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for showing up, Leo. See you next month. Mwah.